angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. 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 Angry.
Ooh, Sunday night, and what's happening with my lighting? Maybe that's good. Ugh, I washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it. I feel like it looks weird. Always feel like it looks weird the first day after I wash it. Yep. There we go. Okay, we're going to have a slow start to a Sunday night, which is what I would expect. I'm going to set up and make a cocktail video because that's how we do. All right. Time to get organized. Okay. The slide here. Bring this camera over here. Hey, Rays, first in, how you doing this evening, sir? Okay. Time to get things ready. All right, I was going to make first up famous last word number 3. Tequila. Well, it's mainly liqueurs. Okay, so tequila? This must be almost empty. Maybe get rid of the bottle that freaks out Dr. Abigail. So that's all right. Feels like had a moment of peace. Oh, God. Yeah, well, your work life seems pretty intense. And you seem to keep up a cracking pace with the work life, so I'm not surprised you feel overwhelmed. There we go. Maraschino. Truce. Alright, so this and this. And lime juice. We'll mix it. Oh, wow, that's decided to do that for me. Good job, lime juice. Okay. So 22. No, this is uneven. Okay. There. That. So we want our mixing glass. Okay, so 30 mils of tequila. I really don't think there's much left in this bottle. Can't tell because the damn thing's ceramic, not glass. Green chartreuse. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. We're getting organized. Got to make that money. Yep. Economy's all fucked up. Yeah. You got to bank it. I mean, yeah, you have the opportunity. The opportunity's there. As intense as shit has been for you, at least there was an opportunity there for you to take advantage of. Okay. Okay, let's turn this on. What does that look like? Okay. That looks good. Let's make this sucker. Go tequila. Chartreuse. Maraschino. And the lime juice. Okay. Oh, I have not been chilling my glass. It's a little remiss of me. Oh, actually, this is El Shakeroonie. What am I doing? All right, let's get some ice in that sucker. Okay, let's check the framing of this. Looks about right. Let's do that. All right, that's on the back by the great stuff. That's an okay wash line. Little bit more, little bit more. Yeah, that's enough of the GoPro for now, Pro. Ooh, you're getting the Cert 3 security license in January. Okay. Be moving on. Oh, I've got to take a picture before I put it away. Photo for publicity purposes. I don't know, I think that's worth much, but anyway. All right. That's a couple of photos. I've got alternatives. All right, a little bit more. Okay, time to turn it around. Just like we did with the beat back in the disco era. Let's turn the light around. Okay, recorder on. Video recorder on. Okay, that's about right. Let's get it on. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is one of just a huge amount of last word riffs that are out there. It's called Famous Last Word number 3. So there's obviously a famous last word and a number 2. This is number 3. I saw this and I like the sound of it. It's got tequila, it's got green chartreuse, maraschino, and lime juice. Not in equal parts. A lot of the last word riffs are in equal parts. There are slight variations in the volumes in this one. But first up, let's taste it. That is coming together really well. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, we put 1 ounce or 30 mils of Blanco tequila, then 2/3 of an ounce or 20 mils of green chartreuse, 2/3 of an ounce or 20 mils of maraschino liqueur, and 2/3 of an ounce or 20 mils of lime juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, then straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. It's very interesting how much you can play with that formula in the last word. Spirit, herbal element, sweet liqueur, and citrus juice. You can switch all of those around and come up with some really interesting variations, and they're usually quite well balanced. This is one that works well that you might like to try. The famous last word, number 3. Cheers. Alrighty. Sitting down with the drinky poo new and see what's happening. Okay, switch a couple things off. Okay, the audio recorder battery is damn flat, which I kind of knew. Only question is, are these batteries, spare batteries, are these actually flat or are they charged? Oh, we'll soon find out. Maybe, maybe not. Depends if I'm motivated to make another video. Okay, sorry. Oh gosh, that is wandered in on Twitchland. Veltixio, hello. Hello to you. If you're still there, if you have wandered off in the time it took me to say hello to you. Quiet start to a Sunday night. And I don't recognize your screen name, so apologies as I just pour my cocktail into another glass. Apologies if you have been on before, but I always tell people, although it's a bit quiet, there's not that many people watching on any platform, but I use a service called StreamYard to restream to multiple platforms. Most people tend to watch on YouTube. Some people like yourself, some people like yourself watch on Twitch, and Ray's is used to be a regular on YouTube. I just like to make people understand the circumstance. How did I survive No Nut November? By having a girlfriend who I had sex with. So, you know, not to boast, but, you know, I've had sex and I continue to have sex. Yes, the horrible truth is revealed. Even old people have sex. Well, not all old people. I haven't really done a poll, but it's common folklore that old people's homes are just massive fuckfests. And that's old people who make me look young, like 70 and 80-year-olds. Apparently, they just really, really get into the fucking in the old people's homes. I mean, I don't know because I'm not yet in an old people's homes. Well, thank you, Veltixio. I'm young in the head, as the saying goes. Well, you probably don't know me from old YouTube because I used to have short hair and I dye it quite dark. And in COVID, I grew my hair out and I stopped dyeing it. So I'm quite grey now. So look at the Rays. Oh, well, you know, conversation starter, Rays. We can take it from there. Besides, it got me talking about old people sex. You got to enjoy that if I start talking about old people sex. Was the show that I mentioned before that I just binged on Netflix, A Man on the Inside with Ted Danson? That's good. Oh, Veltexia, I'm glad you like my accent. It's a great place to visit. Where are you situated? And of course, I have one Australian accent. There are actually variations. Oh gosh, yes, your fiance is over in North Carolina talking about No Nutty. You're in Canada. We actually get other folk from Canada on from time to time. North America, anyway. Occasionally people from Europe as well. So it's mostly Australians in here because of the time zone. But we do get folk from North America and from Europe. both England. Well, England's not Europe; it's not in the Union anymore. So we get people from England. We get occasionally people from Ireland, and so all sorts is what we say. We accept all sorts. So, yeah. Sorry. Oh God, Phil Tixer, you got me wanting to do different. I'm not actually that good at it. My friend who, oh God, we're not that far off the 2-year anniversary of AIDSy popping his clogs. Yes, that's what we get, Jude. The North Americans with psycho time schedules. Jude's in Vegas. It's one of two things, like people who are up all night partying or insomniacs from the other time zones who join in. And I try to make people feel welcome. If I'm providing you with a little bit of company while you're in some sleep deprived mode, then I take that responsibility seriously. Yeah, end of December will be 2 years. Well, yeah, if you're a caregiver, you're being kept up, and I know you're caring for an older person with a disability. It also counts for people who are caregivers for babies. Fuck up the sleep schedule. Well, no, Ray's is an Aussie, but he's going to the States. His fiance's in North Carolina. Yeah, in Perth now. I know Ray's from when he was in Melbourne. And speaking of Perth, hey, Home for the Elderly, how you going? And I thank you for making all those efforts to make your Plex better for me. But I didn't have time to go back and watch the movie. I thought, I got to do a couple things, and then the stream's on. And they go, Rays, you go in there when Trump gives you the ticket. Well, I mean, you're a straight white male with job skills. You should be fine. Mm. Oh, man. That lime juice is really tart. I even cut back on the lime juice from what the recipe said because I often find the recommended stuff too much, and it's still really tart. Two old folk with disabilities, different types of dementia. Oh, well, make life interesting. God, how they relate to each other would be a whole thing too. You're not a WA, but you get really worked. I'll die 100 deaths before I accept that title. No matter how many years you've been there. I have to admit, the first time it occurred to me, and I think the first time it occurred to me was on one of these streams, that I have lived in Melbourne longer than I've lived anywhere else. So I feel like I get to call myself a Melbourne person, even though born in Dubbo, then 10 years in Sydney. But the longest time has been here. More than 25 years now. Well, that's what I was thinking. Sorry, I'm going to say something really mean. I think you can take it in the spirit intended. Have you ever seen those videos of two Furbies talking to each other? That's what I'm picturing. A few years before Perth's your main place. If it gets too close, you're coming back to Melbourne. I get it. But yeah, it was a big realization. Like, what I'm up to, it's like 27 years I've been in Melbourne. And it's like, yeah, I only had 18 years in Dubbo, 10 in Sydney. So I think I get to call myself a Melbourne person. Even use everyone says use and poxy. People were saying poxy when I was a lad in Dubbo. Well, yeah, Furbies will do it on their own, but they react to sound. So if you put two Furbies next to each other, they get in a loop of responding to each other. Yeah, that is actually what most people say, Melburnian. That is how most people refer to living in. But the other one is ite. Like people, you're not a Sydneyan, you're a Sydneyite. And you're not a Perthian, you're a Perthite. You'd be an Adelaidean, and you'd be a Brisbaneite. So you'd never heard someone say poxy before you moved over there? No, we called stuff poxy when I was a kid. If you're not reading enough in WA. Oh dear. Well, I assume it's having the pox, which is not good. Oh yeah, people driving bad. People drive bad everywhere. Hey, Aaron, have this Melburnian unique style. No, we don't say Sydneyan or in New South Wales. Yeah, you say Sydneyite, Perthite, Brisbaneite. But you say Melburnian, Adelaidean, probably. What's Darwinian? Hobart. I don't know what they say in Tas. Hobartite? That doesn't flow off the tongue, does it? Hobartian? Maybe. Yes, Vegemite is another Australianism. Oh, also, Aaron, now we got the trifecta. As I was explaining to the person who was joining us on Twitch, because I restream to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So people watch on all platforms. So you've completed the trifecta, providing comments from Facebook. So thank you. It just makes StreamYard seem worthwhile. Because I do actually pay for it. And I pay for it because it's so goddamn easy. It's so easy to use. Unpaid advertisement. Yes. No, thank you, Aaron. It just makes me feel complete that there's people on all the platforms. Yeah. StreamYard, when it works, when it doesn't have that weird random error that I've seen from the Facebook group, happens to other people as well. Westgate Bridge. So what's the main bridge in Perth? Is there a bridge in Perth? There's always that dark thing with the Westgate that during construction, a huge fucking bit of it fell off and killed some of the workers. I remember working with someone who said he was in school when that happened, and it was just this boom. And his school was a couple of suburbs away, and the windows rattled. It's like it was so many tons of material that fell and hit the water. It's just boom. I actually say, I don't know if people from Tassie hate that. I do actually say Taswegian. Bridges, but they're all got Aboriginal names, so you can't remember them. Fair enough. Walk Bridge to Optus is the most famous one. Okay. Urge to buy Coke. Have some with vodka. Oh man, you should have got the Oreo Coke. I think they're not selling it anymore. That was a very weird short-term thing. I still have some Oreo Cokes in the fridge because that was just like super vanilla-y. It's like really like the flavor of the. It's not chocolatey because like Oreos are chocolate and the vanilla cream. It's really like the vanilla cream from an Oreo. And that would go well with vodka, I think. Frozen Oreo Coke at Macca's. Dang. Got no sugar Oreo Coke. Yeah, it was Coke Zero. It was Coke Zero that they made Oreo. It wasn't full fat Coke. And they had Coke flavored Oreos, which I also tried, which were weird. No, Westgate's no Golden Gate. Better than you like Westgate better than the Harbour Bridge. Sure enough. I do like the Golden Gate. I've been in there a couple times, I guess. Oh, okay. So the no sugar Oreo Coke still at Aldi. I haven't looked. I have to admit, look, I haven't looked. When it first came out a couple months ago, I just made sure to get it because I have to try weird shit. When I see weird shit, I'm like, I gotta try that. Apple flavored vodka. Yeah, I think that would go super well with the Oreo Coke, but just use your Coke, I guess. Yeah, it's like the Harbour Bridge is it's iconic, as they say. It's often used to represent Australia, but yeah, you think Harbour Bridge is average at best? I'm not going to argue the point. Oh god, speaking of the Harbour Bridge, what did I watch? Fall Guy, the recent movie inspired by the 70s or 80s TV show with Lee Majors about a stuntman. It was actually pretty good. It's really entertaining. They just like throw all the stunts in. It's kind of like an in joke. There's a stunt like every 5 seconds in the movie. So it's like an in joke reference. It's about a stuntman. So just remind you, stunt people are doing this all the time. So Ryan Gosling is Colt Seavers in the movie. And a lot of it's in Sydney. And you just get these shots around the harbour. Again, speaking of iconic, the Opera House, yes. Okay, you love how much of Four Guys in Australia. I thought it was really entertaining. Aaron, you reckon Westgate simple and large? Oh, the Balti Bridge. Yeah. And again, Balti was a Victorian Premier, fucking steaming pile of shit. He ordered the last execution in Australia. And the guy who he ordered executed almost definitely wasn't guilty of what happened. He was like a career criminal and he escaped from prison, and a prison guard was killed in his escape, but almost definitely not by him. But it was a political thing, and he's a liberal premier trying, I'm tough on crime, and he pushed to have Ronald Ryan executed. Yes, the unicorn was very funny, and the fight, the visuals for the fight in the nightclub when he's high, very funny. Like I was literally watching this like, is he actually fighting these people, or is he so high he thinks he's fighting these people? It's basically, I do recommend it. Definitely recommend Fall Guy. It's really good fun, quite silly, very entertaining. Aaron, you dislike Bridges. Balti was just trying to push it. Oh yeah, no, Balti is a piece of shit. And the idea that there's a piece of infrastructure named after him fucking sucks, because he's a murdering piece of shit. Oh yeah, you saw I watched Wolves. I thought Wolves was fine. I thought it was quite entertaining. It's not a legendary film. It's always fun to see George Clooney and Brad Pitt together because they play off each other quite well. And it's kind of like they're both over 60, but they're like they look like a 1970s 40-year-old. You know how we got this thing where in the past people looked older? I mean, Clooney is just leaning into being older because he's got the grey beard and the grey hair. So maybe he's a 1970s 50. But yeah, Pitt looks like he's 60 and he looks like a 40-year-old from the 70s. You haven't watched it yet? Okay, so I won't do any spoilers, but the strong points definitely Clooney and Pitt. I mean, 90% of the movie is Clooney and Pitt playing off each other. They're very good together, and so it's light entertainment. It's not going to go on anyone's. Oh well, I'd be surprised if it was anyone's greatest movie ever, but Yeah, it's weird. Oh, yeah, and the reason I watched it today is because it's on Apple TV, and I don't have Apple TV. Like the one you finally convinced me to join your Plex. The ones I'd been waiting for are all about to be free on the streaming services. That's why I started watching Alien Romulus, because I don't know when that's going to be free on the streaming services. But yeah, I watched Civil War on your Plex, and a week later it was free on stream. I didn't actually watch Fall Guy on your Plex. I watched it on streaming because it was free. Before I got around to it, it ended up being free. So that's a whole thing. All right, I'm gonna have a finish off this clarified cocktail. There's just a little bit of it left. I think I know what I'm going to do with this orange. Like, I've depleted this orange of its peel. And like as always, am I just going to juice it and drink orange juice, or am I going to use it in a clarified cocktail? And I've worked my way through most of the clarified cocktails I've made. I think what I'm going to do is clarify my barrel-aged martini, because I'm just very interested to find out what that does to the flavor. Oh, you want dehydrated citrus is a good garnish. But I've already peeled it. It would still look okay if I dehydrated it. I think it is a good tip. I've got these because they were really cheap, and I hardly use them. I hope they haven't gone moldy. I'm actually just going to check. But I love these. These are Australian-made, fine drinking from home. Zesty Australian limes with Murray River pink flake salt, all natural, and the packaging's really fun. Save yourself the embarrassment of turning up at a party with a plastic bag full of limes and an old steak knife. We've done the heavy lifting for you. Zesty Australian limes dusted with Murray River pink flake salt, the perfect topper for any tequila, mezcal, or rum-based cocktail. And it's also called an emergency friend impressor. So they have a sense of humor, which I quite like. I have to look. I hope these haven't gone moldy, because I opened it ages ago and haven't used it. Nope, not moldy. They smell very limey. God, and there's lots of them. I should put them in something. It's like, because when they're dehydrated with heat, they go dark, which is not the most photogenic thing. If you have a freeze dryer, you can keep the color. Could dehydrate them, blend it to dust, add some sugar, good for glass trimming. Oof, oh, you know what? Okay, what I do with peel sometimes is make a syrup called an oleosaccharum, which is oil sugar. Because if you peel a citrus and cover it in sugar, the sugar draws all the oils out of the peel and turns into a syrup. And the peel ends up being very much impregnated with sugar. And it very much dries out because it's had the oil extracted from it. And so you can dehydrate that a little bit more and then crush it up. And then you've got this sweet orange or lemon or lime peel thing for rimming glasses. Very good. Okay, 2 movies gotta watch. Wrath of Becky. Oh yeah, okay, well I want to watch the first Accident Man, because Hitman's Holiday is the second one. Now, okay, I'm a comic nerd. Accident Man was a British comic in the 90s. I have the Accident Man comics. I think the movie is extremely different. But yeah, Accident Man was a comic I quite liked in the 90s. There you go. Well, Aaron, you want tips, mate? Come to me for tips. Secret things to do with cocktails. Another one is like when I make clarified cocktails. So yeah, you have a cocktail with an acidic element, like citrus juice, and then you add it to milk or something like milk. You can use coconut milk. I did one recently with custard, and it worked. And so the dairy thing curdles because of the acid, and then you pour that through a filter, like paper coffee filter, and it's called clarifying. It makes the cocktail clear like this. See how clear this is? This was rum and whiskey and brandy and orange juice. So it was extremely dark, and it strips out most of the color and softens the flavors. It makes it a whole new thing. It's very yum. But the curds are left behind. The curds are left behind in the filter. You can use the curds because the curds will have the flavor of the cocktail you put forward. Same deal. You dry it out and crush it up and get a powder, and you can use that for rimming glasses flavor. I did talk to Frank because it's almost like that simple Indian cheese. What's that called? God, I'm going blank. What's that Indian cheese called? I was going to say paneer, but that's bread. Anyway, so it's curd. It's like the beginnings of cheese, but you can make it into a dip. You can put savory stuff in, like garlic and spices, and have a savory dip, or you can put sweet stuff like sugar and vanilla and have a sweet dip. So that's the whole thing. All right. Wrath of Becky. Was the original just called Becky, or was it something else? Paneer is the cheese? Okay. I was second guessing myself. Okay. So the curds you get when you do a clarified cocktail are almost like paneer. So you can find some Indian recipes with paneer and use the curds from clarified cocktail in them. So both sequels are way better than the first. Okay. I still, like, from a completist point of view, want to watch the first Hitman movie. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll take your word that Hitman's Holiday is way better. So yeah, the first was called Becky. Okay, to watch after the second. So with that's man. Well, if the second's better, I think I want to watch it second. I might like it even more if I watch the first one that's not as good. I'm also thinking of getting into some of the TV series. You have just started Yellowstone, and I think Mrs. Angry's interested in watching at least a few more episodes of it to decide whether she wants to keep going with it. I definitely want to see if she likes Better Call Saul, because I only watched like the first season and a half, and I've always wanted to catch up on it, but it was on a different streaming service. But now you have it on Plex. So if Mrs. Angry doesn't like it, I'll you take requests. Look, if I think of anything, I'll tell you. But you've opened up the door to a whole shit ton of stuff. You've been watching the Matildas playing in the Gold Coast. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, we watched the prequel spin-offs, 1883 and 1923, and really liked it. Mrs. Angry is not as into, like, we've watched the first 3 episodes of Yellowstone. Because she raises a good point. There's no nice people in it. There's no one to be on their side because they all fucking suck. But I see, because I've watched lots of clips of Yellowstone on YouTube that I was really into, which is why I wanted to watch the series. So I think we need to give it time. But yeah, they're all Taylor Sheridan shows. He's getting weird. He's getting more propaganda-ish with each series he makes. Like now we're in Trumpville. I think Taylor Sheridan is probably going to make some deeply, deeply unhinged shows. Yes, Yellowstone is modern day. Ray's, you've been on the doors all weekend. Yeah, I bet. Is it recovery day? Damn. So, sorry, Aaron, took you ages to want to watch it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Got to give it a bit more time. I'm a big person for opening shots in TV shows and movies. It's like the first thing they show you. It's like they only get one chance to make a first impression. And sometimes when I like watch TV shows or movies and they just throw away the first shot, I was going like, what the fuck is, why did you not put more effort into the opening shot? The opening shots of Yellowstone are extremely good. Very good. It was just, it's really good scene setting, and you don't know exactly what's happening, and but it sets this mood, and it slowly reveals things to you. Very good opening sequence on Yellowstone. Yeah, that's what I reckon, Aaron. They got to get you in the first minute. Rosalie, I had light and easy beef stroganoff, which is pretty darn good. Oh yes, like making a video for YouTube. Yeah, you got to have a hook, which a thing that I'm very bad at. But yeah, you have to have a hook in the first, 15 seconds on a YouTube video. No, I'm not really getting bored of YouFood. Like, honestly, because they changed their menu a little bit, and it's more diversity than I would eat if I was left to my own devices. If I had to prepare my own food, there'd be far less variety in my diet. So buying these prepackaged foods gives me much more variety in my diet, and definitely more vegetables, because I am bad and irresponsible, and don't eat enough vegetables. So you get these prepackaged ones that mostly have vegetables in them, and I eat more vegetables. So there's a few pluses. And yeah, these things, they're more expensive than cooking at home, but they're much cheaper than takeaway. The YouFoods things have a plastic seal on top of them. They're in a little, like all the microwave stuff you get at the supermarket. You start buying Steam Fresh packs. Oh yeah, yes, I've used them in the past too. Yeah, and they are very handy. Yeah, so I'm super lazy. So prepackaged things, yeah. So I'm a big fan of prepackaged. Goddamn, going into the office tomorrow. What a fucking drag. That's okay. We'll survive. I mean, honestly, so recently, 5 days in the office was the only option. Now these days, I complain about going in 2 days. I don't really complain. I'm kind of joking. It's a bit of a drag though. He's yeah, hardly seems worthwhile. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Aaron. I'm not lazy. I'm busy. Oh yeah, Cyber Monday. Okay, I'm going to see. Okay, if Steam didn't really mark down Red Dead Redemption on Friday, I don't think they're going to do it on Monday, but I'll check. Going to smack the eBay account. As I mentioned the other day, every time I go like, I'm not going to buy booze, some ridiculous special pops up, and friggin' Amazon had Brix rum, Brix rum, which is a Sydney rum, basically half price. And I was like, well, fuck. That was the one that I don't have a real excess of, rum, and it's good Australian rum at half price. So forget I got an aged rum and a white rum, which I wasn't planning to, but it was just like such a big special. I was going to. Jude, speaking of Cyber Monday, clapped eyes on the first Cybertruck. Oh, I mean, stupid beyond words. And so, yeah, looks ugly as shit, but it's got so many technical problems. Oh, yeah, you click on booze once and wall-to-wall booze ads on Facebook, definitely. Oh, Aaron, I'm Red Dead Redemption 2. I love to death. I've never played the original. Quit a job so you could play Red Dead 2. Well, worth it is all I'm saying. It's an exceptionally good game. Now that they've got the remastered Red Dead, I'll wait till it's really cheap and I'll get it. Yeah, there's a bit of stress with the whole charging station thing with Teslas. Yes, it looks like very low quality polygon graphics, the old Cybertruck. Over fuel prices. Yeah. Maybe a hybrid. Because they seem like a good deal, the hybrid, where they self-charge. Oh, there you go. Home for the Elderly's onto it too. Get a hybrid. I mean, I'm sticking with my almost 10-year-old car still because there's no problems with it. Cybertruck looks like military vehicles. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole thing with that. Looks like nothing else. So it's like they think that's cool. It's like, yeah, it's fucking ugly. Yeah, hybrids hardly use any fuel. Yeah. And you don't have the same problem with charging. If I were to get a new car, I would seriously look at what the hybrid options were. Red Dead Redemption's amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know exactly what the Red Dead original graphics look like, so I won't be surprised. In fact, Mrs. Angry got it for the PlayStation 4, and she's been playing it on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, maybe just use your bike. Yes. Oh my God, Home for the Elderly. Cybertruck is like the graphics and the money of For Nothing video clip. Oh yeah, and but they're just structurally shit. Everything goes wrong with those cars. Should get a hybrid. I thought diesels were meant. Again, I am clearly not an expert. You have one. I thought diesels were meant to be cheaper than petrol ones, but clearly I don't know shit. Yes, I believe the ridiculous, pointless, and counterproductive under 16 social media ban is gonna be a thing. It's real dumb. It's bad policy, and there's 1,000 other things the government should be doing. And this is a bullshit thing for them to spend their time on. Not a fan. It's interesting the Liberals weren't game to vote against it. Diesels are a bit smelly, I think, from a thing. People in America get their cars wrapped because if they don't, they rust. Oh, yeah, the Cybertrucks get political wraps. Yeah, oh, they're stupid as fuck. It's not even stainless steel. It gets some weird fucking rust on it. Yeah, make 40-year-olds prove they're not under 16. So, yeah, no, it's dodgy as fuck. Make Angry great again with a mask. So I'm trying to think. What's the time? It's not quite 9. Do I have some more than clarifying content? I think, yeah, I might do the thing I always do. I'm going to make an old-fashioned. Just because that's what I like. Do something creative with the ingredients, though. What could we do? I could use one of my really high proof whiskies. Yeah, so I don't enjoy drinking really high proof whiskies. So I'm going to put it in an office. This would literally make the people who made it go right off. Me putting this in an old fashioned, they're like, what are you doing? So I'm doing what I like. Dude, get off my case. Right. So I'm not sure how much is in this. So I'll make it a bakery hill. Okay. The high proof one, how much? I don't even know how much is in this bottle. I thought it was only 30 mils. It seems like a lot. What is it? No, it's just must have been 60 mils. That's a decent. I'm going to save this bit. All right. There you go. So we put the extremely rare high proof whiskey in there. A little bit of sugar syrup. Oh, such a good sugar syrup. I'm a goddamn genius if I say myself. And the blended whiskey from Bakery Hill. Okay. Do that and put that in there. And we will do a dash of aromatic bitters. Man, maybe I need to go and get some more aromatic bitters. Not that much left in that middle. Go through a lot of aromatic bitters. All right. So you're saying diesels are cheaper, fuel is steadily higher priced, much as the world wants to go electric. Very smelly but simple to fix. Run diesels on cooking oil if you really wanted. That's very Mad Max. You're like the guy who goes to McDonald's, stares at the menu just to order the quarter pounder. That's literally what you do. Hey, Celtic, how are you doing? Like, okay, all right, speaking of menus, when Mrs. Angry and I go out, like on date nights, she'll always go to the website of the place we're going and look what they have on their menu, and she'll start making her mind up what she's going to order when we get there. And I never do. And it's for two reasons. One is I kind of want to have a surprise when I go into the place, like, oh, that's what I can get. Second, a lot of places don't maintain their website menu very well, and it's often out of date. So I'd hate to have something in my head and be really excited about getting it and then not being able to get it. Sega shared in the Discord. Oh, a Trump Cybertruck. Holy shit. I think I've seen that before. I'm going to share it, though. I think we are going to see a lot of genuinely unhinged in the next 4 years. But yes, here's the Cyber Trump. God, that's subtle compared to what some people are going to do, I think, honestly. Should another Discord beep. What else is going on in there? Oh my God. Strictly Sega finding the wacky Cybertrucks. This one throwback to 1970s wood paneling American cars. Like, you never saw these in Australia. So I'd always be really tripped out, like watching the Brady Bunch, and they'd have this wood paneled car, and it's like, what the fuck is that about? They're just like, oh my God. Those cars, honestly. God damn. The vans with the wood paneling, the Brady Bunch station wagon, they were very American. Well, it wasn't really wood. It was, synthetic. Oh, yeah, they have it in the Muppet movie, National Lampoon's Holiday. Yeah, I just remember it from the fucking Brady Bunch growing up. Like, the fuck is with having wood on the side of your car? America was a land of mystery in my childhood. Kind of like Happy Days. They would order pizza, and the pizza would be this fucking big. It would just be ridiculously huge. And we're like, is that real? Do they really? Because the biggest pizza you get here would be this big. And there'd be this just freakishly ginormous pizza they'd serve. And it turns out, yeah, Americans really did make pizzas that big. So that's a thing. Oh, damn. Oh, that's a good use of that high proof whiskey. That's got some decent flavor in it. Ah. Okay, so this car, Strictly Sega post, is that from National Lampoon's Holiday, or is this a joke one? Is this a real car? Is that a real car, or is that a joke one? I don't know. Pizza Stooges piece. Oh yeah, the sitcoms were an escape always. I couldn't eat a full one of those American pizzas. I could eat a couple slices. I'd definitely order one. All right, Aaron, you recognize that it is the National Lampoon car. Okay, there we go. It was built for National Lampoon. Okay. Ford Country Squire. All right, Rain. I'm gonna do it. Let's do this. Ford Country Squire motor vehicle. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the not joke version of it. Let's have a look at these. I'll share the screen again so you see what I'm looking at. All right. So that's various iterations of the Ford Country Squire. I don't know. That one looks kind of cool. That one's quite different. That seems like an older one. This one. Yeah. Ugly as fuck, honestly. Now look at that one. God, that would be a fucking tank to drive. Oh, that would suck to drive so much. And that's like a hotted up one. Expensive wheels. Another one someone's put expensive wheels on. Damn, they're just, ugh. Man, those things are ugly as fuck. Oh, there's all sorts of weird things I remember. Aaron, thanks for dropping in, man. Have a good time. Your friend bought one of those Country Squires. It doesn't run. Oh, God, I bet it's the sort of thing you can fix because it would be very mechanical. So, yeah, I bet it's the sort of thing you can fix yourself. I just reckon it'd be so shite to drive because it probably hasn't got power steering and it's fucking huge. Just an absurdly big car. Damn. That's a bit of a beast of an old-fashioned. I'm liking it. The elders' argument for having such big cars provided more protection in an accident. No, they didn't, because they didn't. Like when we got the cars that had crumple zones, so even minor things would crush them, it's because they're saving you. Those old steel cars would hit something really hard and there's no crumple zone or shock absorption. So the force of the impact would travel right through till it hit the first soft thing, which was the passengers. Horrifically deadly, those old cars. The old Chevy Bel Air from Home Improvement was a tank. And some of the old Falcons, yeah. I mean, we had some big fucking cars in the 70s. Chrysler Valiants, and there were a couple of big Fords and Holdens in the 70s. Yeah, chrome bumpers. No shock absorption there. Wood paneling was equal to class. Oh, yes. Okay. Furniture that was wood panels. Yes. I had a wood panel Atari console too. Yes. We definitely had furniture that was all wood paneling. Oh, that old ad. Football, meatballs, kangaroos, and Holden cars. Oh, that's old school. Roll down manual windows. Yes. They probably had a stupid big car in Married with Children. Yeah. Oh, those stupid fucking trucks we're getting here. I mean, ugh. They should be pushed into a fucking canyon with the person who's stupid enough to buy them. I hate them so much. Yes, wood panel VHS players. Yes. Yes, wood panel aircon. That it's a man, it was a whole thing. And then actual wood paneling on walls. That was so 70s. Everything was brown. Simpsons Bronco. I love how the one that they made a joke of in The Simpsons, Canyon Aero, is not even a fucking exaggeration. Now, I know you were talking about O.J. Simpson. Yes, no, sorry. I know you're talking about O.J. Simpson. You just made me think of The Simpsons and their Canyon Aero, which is no longer an exaggeration. Ever run into a senior? Oh, yes, plastic seat covers. Yes. Oh, not good in summer. No. Yes. OJ's Bronco, again, yeah, would have been a complete bastard of a thing to drive. Ooh, fake wood paneling microwave. That would be classy. Safa, I imagine any aircon from the 70s, 80s would be complete shit and wouldn't work. Not an expert, but I feel like it would be a bad idea. Man. Okay. I love experimenting with old fashions. You get all these different flavors from what's theoretically the same drink. Because you just use different whiskeys and it's like freaking yum, motherfucker. Wooden fridge handles. I remember wood paneled fridges. Again, we all know that none of these things were actually wood. They were all plastic. They were all synthetic. But I remember actual wood paneled fridges. Anyone else know sewing kit in the biscuit? Oh my God. That was the classic. The shortbread biscuit tin. And it's the lottery. Is this sewing material or is it shortbread? Yeah. That's a global thing. It's like from what I see online, that's global. Everyone gets that tin. It might be shortbread. It might be sewing kits. Yeah, I think everyone gets it. Pat, how you doing? Oh yeah, no, wood paneled homes. They're very oppressive. It just makes the place look really gloomy, and it was fucking everywhere in the 70s. Ugh. I feel like your gran had a table. She'd eat at the fireplace at Transform. Singer foot-powered sewing machine. My gran had a Singer foot-powered sewing machine. That's your real old school thing, the foot pedal sewing machine. All the wood panel things we can remember. Wood panel intercoms, I remember. The 80s was starting to get more colorful than the 70s, But the whole thing where people think everything was fluoro in the 80s, no, it wasn't. There was momentary bits of fashion that were, but home decor was still ugly as fuck. Green Berber carpet. There's a thing from the 60s and 70s, a sunken lounge area in the lounge room. It's the Groove Pit. It's where people would come down and, you know, they'd get high and talk about deep and meaningful things. That was a thing in the 60s and 70s. Now I want to bring. Gonna just do it. 1970s home decor. Let's do some images. All right. Oh wait, my Amazon order of 2. Oh, don't deliver it on Tuesday. I'm going to be at work. God damn it. Oh, no. Okay. Mine is coming on Wednesday. My daughter keeps ordering things on my Amazon account. She pays for them. But because I have Prime, she orders it and gets it delivered to her place. Now, the 60s were definitely more colorful than the 70s. Your old home had a sunken lounge. Okay. But okay, now I'm going to share it. I got distracted. Share screen. Okay. So, okay. 70s decor. Oh, see, it's so much brown. Or orange. Brown and orange. Those were the colors. Oh, the famous Farrah Fawcett poster. But yeah, everything, look, wood paneling, brown and orange. Brown and orange were the only colors you were allowed to have. Just brown and orange. With some green. Like, okay, I think they called them conversation pits. Let's do a search on conversation pit auto completed. Okay, I literally think this is a modern one. Conversation pits make a comeback. I think these are all modern ones. Okay, let's put 1970s in there. Sunken there we go. 70s. That's what we're talking about. Oh my God, that one's just got shag carpet in it. Okay, that's a bed. It's a whole thing. Ooh, a purple one. Purple one fucking rocks. Purple conversation pit. Oof. Honestly, I got to admit, I wouldn't want to be in a purple conversation pit while high. Oh yeah, leather and wood paneling. Damn. You reckon you can smell the nicotine in those rooms? Brown and orange blends the ciggy smoke. Yeah. Kitchen smells like oil. The rest like tobacco. We all had the friend whose house had a weird musky smell. Dirty, sweaty shoes and sex. Socks is what you meant. Okay. Stale coffee grounds. If someone was a big coffee head, yes. Oof. Oh, other people's houses, eh? Aren't they weird? Honestly, we've still got signs on a lot of doors from various parties. Offspring had, like showing, saying, this is a bathroom, this is a toilet, this cupboard's where the towels are. And I had a random thought, because I pass all the labeled doors in the hallway when I go from the lounge room to here. And I just had this random thought going past the linen cupboard that has a little sticker on it saying towels in here. I just went, man, that's going to come in handy when I have dementia. I have no idea why I suddenly thought that today, but I did. Grew up in commission housing. Black roof mold was a stylish designer paint. Nice. What really triggers you in US shows? I never remove my shoes. It's very popular in Asian households. Um, okay. Yeah, I even coming in from the rain, I don't remove my shoes as a general rule. It's pretty big in Asian houses here. I think this house was probably built in the 70s. Yeah. So South Europe and also Eastern Europeans remove their shoes. Yeah, Raz, you don't remove your shoes. Look, there are people who do, but it's not universal. It's kind of like if you go into someone's house and you see all the shoes lined up, you go, "Oh, should I take my shoes off?" We're triggering you. Yeah. You take your shoes off inside the front door. That's fairly common. I remember a Canadian friend telling me out because they're in the areas where they get heaps of snow. All the houses have a cloakroom. Basically, you come in the front door, and then there's this completely closed-in room with hooks and stuff. And so you take off all your snow gear, your heavy jackets, and your boots and whatnot, and leave them there, and then go open the next door where the house is heated. I've got time. Food residue came out from between my teeth. I was just sitting there. Shoes sit next to your bed. Yeah, that is where I keep my shoes too. I'm wearing slippers now, if that makes you happy, Rain. I had been wearing shoes during the day. A couple of hours ago, I just went, "Yep, I'm not going out again. I'm putting my slippers on." In fact, it's called a cloakroom. Well, yeah, I don't know if they call it. I think they call it the wet room in Canada. It's basically the barrier between the outside world in winter. Do you have laminated floors? Shoes on's not as consequential. It is a bigger difference in houses. We've got wood panel floors in this house. Oh, yeah, I've seen versions of this meme. I want to share this. Strictly so you can put this on the Discord. People have this retro idea of what the 80s was, and they think it's bright colors and stuff. And for the overwhelming majority of people, the 80s was brown and orange. So yeah, people have this weird, not accurate idea of what decor was in the 80s. The 70s held on for a long time. Saying it's become popular to remove outdoor shoes when at businesses, not the grocery stores or office rooms. Yeah, I mean, I can see it particularly if it's raining or snowing. Yeah, I mean, the 70s held on for a long time for the overwhelming majority of people in the 80s. Colors really only started coming in the quite late 80s. So, in fact, in the 80s, got glasses from Hungry Jack's from the Back to the Future 2 movie. Nice. Yeah, I guess that was like new decor in the late 80s if you could remodel. But of course, most people don't remodel. So we still have the fucking 70s decor. And yes, Rain, you're saying the same thing. People who grew up in the 80s had their rooms decorated in the 70s. Yeah, bright colors, very futuristic. You did get, again, it was late 80s. You started to get neon stuff and wacky stuff. But yeah, it was fucking brown and orange for a lot of the time, quite honestly. Oh, okay. That was a super yummy old fashioned. And one part of my brain is make another old fashioned. They're really yummy. The sensible part of my brain is stop drinking alcohol. I'll drink some water. So, yes. Don't want to be too bleh. Oh, more pics in Discord. What do we got? Sorry, is the wood paneled room? Oh my god. This is wood panel nirvana. Look at that. That room is so fucking dark. And there's so much wood paneling, brown and orange. Ugh. Fucking oppressive. Pat, doing the camera thing tonight. Oh, yeah, okay. So these glasses are an 80s stereotype that almost no one wore, but they kind of appeared in the late 80s. More something you saw in Hollywood movies than you saw on the streets. Let's come back to why us fuckers don't remove our shoes. Never. I'm triggering you. I'm just fucking tracking dirt through the house. I don't give a fuck, man. Oh, those were giveaways from Pizza Hut. Nice. Yes, dude. Max Headroom vibes. Jesus Christ, what's that ice doing? Yeah, Back to the Future glasses. There you go. Don't like your feet being exposed. Don't take them off any sleep. Well, I will put slippers on. I don't go around barefoot. I think Rain, he's asking because he's like he and his family are like Ukraine, Russia. So I think he means former Soviet bloc. Wondering if he's in a Soviet-style apartment. Tricky you even more used to sleep clothed with shoes on. I remember as a teenager sleeping with my socks on, not my shoes, but my socks. Got a semi-modernized house. Are you in I'm trying to remember. Are you in Estonia, Rain? I know. I feel like you travel around a bit because we actually got you on that one stream with your mobile out the car window as you were driving, which was very cool. I have a vague memory you might have been in Germany, although I could be completely wrong. Yes, okay. So you are in Estonia. There you go. Ooh, a bit of ASMR. Some fizz ASMR now. Oh, okay. So you were in Poland and now you're in Estonia. Harsh rays. Estonia, place where they're weird and don't wear their shoes inside. Yeah. It's a real mixed bag in Australia. I definitely, when I grew up, people would have thought you were completely fucking weird if you said, take your shoes off, don't wear shoes in the house. But now, particularly in urban areas, it's not that surprising if people go, oh, you can take your shoes off to come inside. It's not that surprising. It would have been extremely weird where I grew up. Not so weird now. It's quite mixed. Some people do it, some people don't. I think most people don't, but it's just not that surprising when someone does. Well, okay, we finally reached December. Do I want to decant the official stream whiskey now? I think I do. If someone said you can't wear shoes in the house when you grew up, they weren't allowed to play with us anymore because their parents were irresponsible. Yeah. Yeah, it would have got looks where I grew up if people like, oh, take your shoes off. We don't wear shoes in the house. Safi, suddenly excited because it's December. Now you can eat ice cream. I eat ice cream all year round. Fucking love ice cream. But I do like going to some of the really boutique ice cream places, like Seven Apples. There's some really good ice cream and gelato places. I think it is much more a city thing than the country thing. But maybe like if you were out working, like if you were on a property and you're out in your work boots, you'd maybe take your work boots off and leave them outside. You love Slurpees. I do like Slurpees, and I haven't had one in like forever. Yeah, well, I mean, Rain, you drive for 10 minutes and you're in another country. You know, we can drive for 6 hours and be in the same state. Um, it's it's always a wild thing with Europe. You need an international driver's license and a passport because it's so quick to go to other countries. Going to other countries here is a whole fucking thing. You can still get Sunny Boys, I think. I used to be really excited because when I grew up, you really only got Sunny Boys and the other weird pyramid icy things at the show. So once a year, you get Sunny Boy or Raz or something. And I was so fucking excited for the show for that. City constantly walk through questionable shit. That's true. Not so much a snake. Like I also think, fucking Western Sydney funnel web in your shoe. I'd be real worried about a funnel web in the shoes. You reckon they don't have Sunny Boys anymore? RIP. I feel like I see them in the supermarket sometimes. So you had them at primary school supermarket. Yeah, they became more widely available, but definitely growing up, there was a period of time where you only got them at the show once a year. I was super into it. I feel like you had your finger on the pulse with this, Rays. They stopped production of Sunny Boys. Stone ER that you get stoned. Nice. Home for the Elderly in 2016, production of Sunny Boys would cease. Yeah, if they don't make money off them, they don't do it. Oh, there you go, Safi. You jumped in just before Home for the Elderly with, I guess, a Wikipedia entry. Sunny Boys stopped in 2016. But, you still get Frosty Fruits in the supermarket. There's a Sunny Boy dupe. No, yeah, there's nostalgia for an orange Sunny Boy, definitely. I think it's just before COVID. Well, I think Home for the Elderly looked it up. It was actually 2016. It's a whole thing. I had this momentary idea of doing so. Oh, yeah. The idea was, am I going to decant the official stream thing? But then I want to make an old fashioned to put in the barrel. And I keep wanting to put tonka beans in whiskey. See, okay, here's the only thing with these are all relatively expensive whiskeys. I was like, do I just want to use them up? I should, though. I make your own syrup and freeze. You can, okay, I feel like Zupa Dupas kind of took over from Sunny Boys, and you can get reusable Zupa Duper things to freeze at home. It's like these, I was going to say plastic. It's not really plastic. It's silicon molds, like home Zupa Dupas. Yeah, just mix up very heavy cordial thing with syrup and freeze it. Home Zupa Dupas. They made an Estonia joke in Encino Man. First time you heard of Estonia? Nice. Lemonade, Icy Poles. I love Icy Poles, Frosty Fruits, those sort of things. I don't know. Zupa Dupas might be the same volume, see, because Sunny Boys were a chunk, but Zupa Dupas are long. I don't know. They're no home Zupa Dupas cool. No home brand Icy Pole on a stick. Also, you get fucking home brand Icy Poles in a pack of like fucking 30 for $10. And on a hot day, those things are friggin' awesome. So good. Oof, that's real Aussie summer shit. Yeah, okay. So Calippos are upmarket Zupa Dupas. That's rich people Zupa Dupas. Because again, Zupa Dupas, you get to go to the supermarket and get a huge fucking packet of them. Everyone's down for Calippos now. Calippos, God's gift. Calippos are rich people Zupa Dupas. I think they stopped doing the absolute generic brands, but they do have their own brands of stuff. Nice. Calippos are what you get to treat a woman you like. Hey, baby, I got you a Calippo. Yeah. It's more impressive than an Icy Pole, definitely. So, have you never heard of Calippos? They're seriously like an upmarket Zupa Duper. They're pretty good. Although I feel like if you want to get really upmarket, you get the Vice Bars, however you want to pronounce it. They make them up in Queensland. They're the really upmarket. I love that as a metaphor. The Maxi Bon of Icy Poles. Nice. But yeah, the really, really upmarket fruity ice block ice cream thing, Wiesbars or Weissbars. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the German name, white. They're from Queensland. That's the super upmarket thing. I have mentioned this probably multiple times on streams, but growing up in Dubbo, we had a dairy in Dubbo and various bottles. The dairy put out these things, and it was just like a plastic bag. And they had icy ones and milky ones, and they were just flavors, and you get them from the shop, and they were from the Dubbo dairy. And so it was really generic packaging, this white plastic that just said, Dubbo dairy, and said what it was. And we just called them Dubbos because it said Dubbo. And these were never sold outside Dubbo. So if you ever told anyone from outside Dubbo, go, oh, there's nothing like just sucking on a cold Dubbo in summer. And people would just look at you and go, fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck are you talking about? If a kid had Madison's growing up, they were getting robbed that night. I don't even know what Madison's is. I don't know that one. Oh, Maxi Bon. Sorry. Yeah, no. And also the ultimate dessert, the Viennetta. That was fancy and it's a cliche to go on the internet and go, oh yeah, I knew someone was fancy growing up if they had Viennetta in their freezer. But it's fucking true. If someone had Viennetta, that was the tits. Dude, I haven't been in Dubbo in years. My answer is no. They don't make Dubbos anymore. Cornettos. If the police came by and saw it, they'd want bribes from me, wealthy family. Cornettos were pretty upmarket growing up, definitely. They were pretty fucking fancy. But the fancy schmancy was a Viennetta. Having a big thing of Viennetta in your freezer at home, it's like, it's not so much that I dislike Dubbo. I'm just not interested in it. I don't want to go back. I reckon literally never had Viennetta growing up. I don't think I had Viennetta until I was an adult and I could buy it myself. That's how fucking fancy Viennetta was. We got the big fuck. Oh, well, it wasn't just vanilla ice cream. You get the Neapolitan, the chocolate strawberry vanilla. It was really funny. I never really liked the chocolate. I liked vanilla and strawberry, and everyone else liked chocolate. So I'd get extra strawberry to myself because no one likes strawberry as much as me. You don't know what Viennetta is. Viennetta was this really fancy thing that was done in layers and ripples and had chocolate and fuck. Just you're on the internet, look it up. Oh, there you go. Me and Safa are ice cream buddies. You didn't like the chocolate ice cream. I didn't like the chocolate ice cream. If someone in your area had Viennetta, they definitely stole it. I think I might leave decanting the barrel whiskey until Tuesday, and I'm going to make an old fashioned. I'm going to make a big old fashioned. It's going to be a blend of spirits. I have to decide what it's going to be. Actually, maybe I should infuse some whiskey with tonka bean for 24 hours. Might do that. Put a bit more flavor in it. I heard a Discord beep. What did someone put in Discord? Oh, okay. Strictly say you could put the Viennetta in the Discord. Okay. And just in case anyone doesn't know what Viennetta is, this is the Viennetta with all those ripply layers of the ice cream and the chocolate in it. Fancy as fuck, the Viennetta. And I am not joking. I don't think I ever had it as a kid. Didn't have it till I was an adult and could fucking afford to buy it myself. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you didn't know what it was. You can get purple? That sounds like Satan's work. Purple Viennettas. That definitely sounds like the work of the devil. If you had anything but Woolies for birthdays, we're going to be happy with the cake. Yes, the adults said it wasn't for kids. Yeah, they said it was too good for kids. Definitely. I think purple is... okay, I thought that was... Autocorrect changed mud cake to muscle. Yeah, no. The Woolies and Coles mud cake is... Yeah. Purple is actually a Filipino thing too. They use ube in ice cream, which is actually sweet potato, purple yams. Pretty fucking yummy though. Filipino desserts are really yummy. They have such a sweet tooth in the Philippines. Like Filipino bread has so much sugar in it. It's halfway to being cake. Like seriously, if you ever see a Filipino bakery get their bread or their rolls, you taste them, they're so sweet. There's so much sugar in them. Fucking yummy. You get these little rolls that are, they do this big thing. There's like 12 of them together. These are pandesal. They're these really sweet little rolls. You toast them and put butter on them. They're fucking awesome. Okay. So Strictly Sega posted this on Discord. Now I'm gonna my take on the ice cream cake. This is not something I've had in my youth. I would literally look at, fuck is this? I'd probably really like it if I had it, but I would be extremely suspicious of this. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Ray's also had fairy bread. Yeah. Sprinkles on bread. Definitely. Fucking. Oh, okay. Party pies, I think, is... I'm that old. They didn't have party pies when I was a kid. Maybe tiny little hot dogs. We call them little boys. You think the ice cream cake they were going to design? I would not as a kid, I don't think I would have trusted that ice cream party cake. I would, there would be a like, what the fuck is going on here? What is this about? What are you trying to pull here? I don't know what this is. What the fuck are you doing? Oh yes, Home for the Elderly. You also remember the cocktail frankfurts being called little boys. Yeah. That's so wrong. That was so wrong that was so widespread to call the cocktail frankfurts little boys. That's just bad, and we all did it. That, I think that was Australia wide. Would have had it, but he lifted the pinky and got into smirk while eating. Yes, put in a spoon and dip like this. Yeah, it would be a mum who would come out with the little cocktail frankfurts going, "We have little boys." It was just like, what the fuck? That is so wrong. I also remember perturbing people, like being out. This is like not as a kid. This is an adult or a young adult. You're in a pub and going, I'm going to the little boys' room, and they go, "Okay, I'll tell you if there's any little boys in there." And people go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Rain, you think calling them little boys is cock shaming? I mean, it was so widespread. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh, that yawn came out of nowhere. I'm not even particularly tired. That yawn came out of nowhere. Oof, and that just put into my head, I'm going to go to bed and I'll put my fucking CPAP machine on and go to wake up and go into the city. Oh, goddamn. Does anyone go to the pub didn't have Love Shack? Yeah, no. Ever since that came out, that had to be on pub jukeboxes. I am terrible, Safa. Definitely. I think it's the law. Pub jukeboxes have to have Love Shack on them. And then you get tomato sauce in your face. Call it the Dolmio grin. Oh, from the ads. Yes. Wear the Dolmio grin because you've got the tomato sauce on your face. Yeah. Man, advertising is a thing. And again, that's an interesting thing that streaming has done. You don't have ads that are sort of social currency anymore. Like when we all watch commercial TV and we're all seeing the same commercials, when someone did an ad that really resonated, everyone would know it. The Dolmio grin, not happy Jan, all those sorts of things. Did we have ketchup named extra virgin? No. And we didn't have ketchup. We had tomato sauce. Americans had ketchup. We have extra virgin olive oil. I still don't know what that means. Olive oil, virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Oh, yes. Fucking jukeboxes have to have Kaysan on them. Definitely. Last plane out of Sydney is almost gone. Your joke flew over my head. Yes. Oh, was that to do with little boys? But yes, your joke clearly got by me. Arguably because I'm not very bright, honestly. So, yes, if there was a joke in there, it got right by me. And that's more about me than you. So don't worry about it too much. It's more about me. And me being a bit slow on the uptake. Sorry, I just randomly thought of this. This is Home for the Elderly, because we've been talking about, dueling supposedly progressive lefty streamers, podcasters, Destiny versus Hassan Arbi. Have you seen the stories Evidently, Destiny is fucking Nick Fuentes. I don't know if it's true. I genuinely don't know if it's true, but that started circulating today. That there's a literal sex tape of Destiny having sex with Nick Fuentes. That doesn't sound real. And for those who don't know, Nick Fuentes is a fucking Nazi. He is a Hitler-loving, Nazi ideology spouting piece of shit. And Destiny is a supposedly progressive, YouTuber, podcaster, streamer. And it started circulating today that that there was a sex tape. Destiny's very sexual, but with a Nazi? With a fucking Nazi? Oh my gosh. He's just like, he's not going to live that down. So we were joking about sausages and penises, flipped the gender, went for period joke. Okay, now I get where you're going. Yep, see, I got it. Oh, God, working doors, New Year's Eve. God, Jesus Christ, that'll be a fucking job. People act like such cockheads on New Year's. I'm staying home. I'm going to be home on New Year's Eve. I did see a house that was for sale about halfway through the year that I failed to be able to buy because I failed to win Lotto. It was supposedly going on the market for about $5 million. And it was multi-level, and there's a rooftop that had like a bar and barbecue on. And apparently the rooftop had an unobstructed view of the CBD, and it'd be like a perfect place to watch New Year's Eve fireworks from. James, hello. Comments on what? Woolies strikers. Oh, fuck yeah. 100% behind the Woolies distribution center strikers, because apparently Woolworths were going to do this fucking Amazon bullshit of tracking all their movements and just big brothering them. And it's like, no, proper working conditions for people who work really fucking hard to actually get stuff to the supermarkets. Fuck Woolies, up the striking workers. Abso-fucking-lutely. See, James? Dude, I am very radical left in my politics. How radical left? Well, I think all the oligarchs should be in prison until everyone involved in the supply chain that actually produces the wealth that they say is their wealth, until everyone in the supply chain is properly paid and has a living wage and is not being oppressed. Until everyone is paid properly, the oligarchs should be in prison. I fucking mean that. So what's the E noise? What have I missed? Oh, right. You tinnitus. I have super fucking bad chronic tinnitus. Oh God, I feel like that's a terrible double entendre there, Rain. A minor joke. What's a good one about how Destiny and Hassan used to be friends? It's just like it's a bunch of holier than thou shit, basically. But if Destiny is really fucking a Nazi, that is going to tarnish his brand, shall we say. I mean, that's a question. I think champagne's overrated, or even just sparkling wine. I don't like it. Anyone who remembers last New Year's Eve, I got cider. I got sparkling cider with a cork that I could pop at midnight and do a shoey. I don't know. Rain, Safa is just big on questions, basically. Oh, the whole Hanson situation. Fuck Pauline Hanson. The idea that she says it's unfair for someone to say she's racist is just boggles the mind. And I don't agree with everything Lydia Thorpe says and does, but the way she's gone fuck you and she literally flipped the finger going out, I am 100% on her side. Fuck the bullshit of, niceties and whatnot. It's crap. Hanson is a fucking stain on this country. She's fucking vermin. And the idea that she's given any credence at all is a fucking travesty. So, yeah, they've managed to get me 100% on Lydia Thorpe's side. Sorry, I just saw Shrika Sega posted on the Discord someone saying, why is there a backlash against him having sex with a Nazi? He's exposed the anti-grey hypocrite. It's like, no, you shouldn't have sex with Nazis, is what I'm saying. You're a beer preferer, right? She does look pretty rancid, quite honestly. I do like Iggy Pop's appearance. He's like, I'm going to get old and I'm going to do nothing to alleviate it. There are going to be so many lines in my face. How old is that dude now? I need to look that up. His 70s? Okay, I'm guessing Iggy Pop is in his 70s. Let's see. 77. Oh my fucking God. Look at this picture. I fucking love him so much. And this is not a sexist thing. I like older women who just flaunt their age too. What am I doing? This Iggy Pop performing shirtless at 77. That's just like that guy. If you look up, I don't give a fuck in the dictionary. It's this picture of Iggy Pop. A guy who literally is just like, fuck it. Let's fucking go. No, he doesn't turn me on, Safa. I just love the attitude. The attitude is just, fuck it, let's go. So yeah, that is a dude who does not give a fuck. Yeah, how is Iggy Pop not? Him and Keith Richards, how are they not fucking dead? The amount of abuse they've done to their body, it's wild. Oh yeah, Race, he definitely whips out the wiener on stage. God damn. He just again, like I said, what I love is his whole I don't give a fuck. So it's just damn is like, I don't know how rich Iggy Pop is. He's not going to be poor, I don't think. But he's just like, I'm not spending any money on cosmetic appearances. I am just going to be this fucking crazy old man. And I'm like, yeah, boy, do it. Do it. Go to the grave being a crazy old man. I don't know about Billy Idol. No, he did some funny things in the past. Because I've also seen recent photos of Billy Idol, and he's pretty fucking ancient. Oops. Billy Idol. How old's he? He's 69, dude. Okay. Oh wow, this is a great. I found a great Billy Idol photo. Okay, this is great. Old man who doesn't give a fuck. That's a fantastic old man who doesn't give a fuck photo. 69 dudes. Billy Idol and Overdose just went, whoops. Who says whoops? I remember him being on the Countdown Awards back at the height of his thing, like late 70s, early 80s. And he was lip syncing on stage, Rebel Yell, and he kind of lost it halfway through and stopped trying. And then he had to do a presentation, and he's there with Molly Meldrum, and she's just going, "Yeah, Billy, yeah, oh great, Sydney's a great town. I've had some great sex here." And Molly's going, "Okay, okay." It's like Billy Idol absolutely fucking off his face on a live broadcast. It's an awesome pick. Old Pure Rockstar, just like I said, old dude who doesn't give a fuck. With a senior yell, I scream, arg, arg, arg. It's like, oh, my back pain. That was a running joke in the Wolves movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney that their back hurts. Doing an action movie and going, ow, my back hurts. It's a funny old world. Oh dear. I'm so pleased I found that picture of Billy Idol. That's a really fucking good picture. So when was the last time Keith Richards was in public? How old's that motherfucker? 80. He's hit 80. See if I can find a recent photo of Keith Richards not giving a fuck. Nope, that ain't it. We want large photos, please. Oh God, has he got like some really young girlfriend? I'm just looking this up now. Holy shit, he's been married for 39 years? When's this from? 2022. Okay, no, fuck off. What the fuck? No, fuck you. All right, I'm gonna get 12-foot ladder. Fuck this. "12-foot ladder. Break the paywall. Fuck you." See if it works. Yep. Okay, that worked. Okay, so I'm going to share this picture. Where are we? So that's Keith Richards with his wife. They've been married 39 years, apparently. And that's from 2022. So they're coming up on 41 years married. Holy shit. 43 years together. So we'd be up to 45 years together. So yeah, Keith Richards, 80. How old is she? She looks a lot younger than him, but they've been together 40 odd years. So fuck. She's got to be pretty tough to stick with him for 40 years. Damn. You think Ralph Macchio always looked young? Definitely. I've seen a few episodes of Cobra Kai, and he's kind of looking his age, but he's kind of young for his age. I know, that's the big question. Safi, you're going to send me an email. Okay. We'll see. Who is Keith Richards' current partner? He got married on his 40th birthday. Okay. Patty Hansen. Okay, so that's... How old's Patty? Oh, God. Okay. I don't want to be too critical, but she's had work done. She's 68. And I mean, you know, good for her. It doesn't... Oh, you looked it up. She's 68. Yeah, you're saying... I agree. He might be 63. He definitely looks like he's about 50 in Cobra Kai. So, yeah, okay. So Keith's wife is 68. She's definitely had work done, but she doesn't, like, it's just she doesn't look 68. But she doesn't look like she's bad cosmetic surgery done. Yeah, fair enough. Good for her. Marine Post. No, it's sexist to say women are different to men. We're talking age. It's shitty to harass anyone about their age, basically. And I'm being a bit of a dick saying she's definitely had work done, but yeah, I'm not being overly critical. It's just like she does not look 68. He does look 80. Okay, so that doesn't seem like a bad relationship. So they've been together 40 years. So she was 28 and he was 40. That doesn't seem so bad. I know. I don't really care about being a dick. It's a thing I do. Not like Jocelyn Wildenstein. Oh, is that the... she has that, like, cat face? Looks like she's speaking to everyone in 40 minutes. Yeah, it's unsettling, and I feel a little sort of secondhand embarrassment and cringe from someone who has too much bad cosmetic surgery. I know it's... Oh, my God, it's going to be so sad when Willie Nelson dies. Dude's a fucking legend. He's still kicking it at 91. And he fucking looks it too, quite honestly. He's got all the road miles on him. Absolute fucking legend. But besides all that, it's also 10 o'clock. So I'm going to eat this cherry. I fucking love these cherries. They're so fucking yummy. Oh, man. That's the shit right there. So, probably, yeah, Willie Nelson looked 91 for 30 years. Well, like I said, he's got the road miles on him. Yes. It's kind of funny. Every autocorrect That's fucked up what you're trying to say, Ray's. I've always known what you're trying to say. I knew you meant popped his cherry. You've had such a bad time with autocorrect tonight. All right, but I'm going to go Sleepy Bobos. In all probability, I'll do a Tuesday night stream. Probably low key like this, but we will see. Oh God, you just looked up Jocelyn Waldenstein. No, it's quite frightening. A Swiss socialite, and I just genuinely feel bad. It's usually women, but it's not always women who just get horrifically bad cosmetic surgery. And it's like, I feel really bad that you felt pressured to do that. I was like, God damn. Yes, see you next Tuesday. You is a punk. So, you'll take care. And all things being equal, I will see you next Tuesday. And we'll have a bit more chill out. But you'll take care until then. And as no one has complained about the abuse of animation, I've been closing with the streams. I'm going to close again with the abuse of animation. Bye. Oh, wait, I have to hit the proper button. Now we go. Bye.
You are totally fucked up!